This September, we celebrate Labor Day. But when and why did Labor Day originate? What does it really mean? And how is it related to our Catholic faith? According to the U.S. Department of Labor, Labor Day is an annual national tribute to the contributions workers have made to the strength, prosperity, and well-being of the United States. Labor Day originated with the labor movement of the late 19th century, when workers, including children, endured 12-hour days and extremely unsafe working conditions for unlivable wages. Labor unions began organizing strikes and rallies to protest these poor conditions. Violence often erupted. The unrest of workers in factories, mills, and mines continued for over a decade. In an open letter to all Catholics in 1891, Pope Leo XIII addressed the conditions of the working classes. He called on Catholics to advocate for the dignity and rights of all workers. In the wake of this massive unrest, Congress passed an act making Labor Day a legal holiday in 1894. On Labor Day, we pay tribute to the contributions and achievements of all American workers.
So what does our Catholic faith tell us about work and the dignity of workers? It tells us there is no one definition for work. The concept of work began with Adam and Eve. In Genesis, we read that the Lord God then took a man and settled him in the Garden of Eden to cultivate it and care for it. Work is our way of continuing to participate in God's creation. It's how we use the gifts that God gave us, and everyone has work to do. Work is anything we do for the good of society, whether it's through paid employment, unpaid family responsibilities, or volunteer services. Just because work isn't paid doesn't mean it isn't work. Our Catholic faith calls us to respect all workers, to value their contributions, and to recognize their human dignity, regardless of the type of work they do.
I'm a nurse. I know it takes many people in many different roles to care for a person in the hospital. Some of those people are visible, like nurses and doctors, but some work is almost invisible, like the work housekeepers and clerks do. Each of these roles is important. Without the nurses and doctors in the ICU, people would die. Without the housekeeper who sanitizes everything, more people would get sick. And without the clerks who answer phones, people would be left in the dark about the status of their loved ones. Visible or invisible, all work has value and dignity.
We must recognize that dignity by ensuring that all work is rewarded with just wages and benefits. Workers must have decent working conditions, as well as the right to organize and join unions or other associations to create better working conditions for themselves, as stated by the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops. So, what can we do? We can speak out against unjust systems that put profit before people. We can defend the rights of workers who are organizing to create a better life for themselves. We can advocate for an end to wage disparity, and we can pray unceasingly for the rights of workers to be respected.
Amid the sales and celebrations of this Labor Day, spend some time in reflection on the nature of work and the dignity of workers. Where do you see the dignity of work and the rights of workers being violated? Where do you see it being protected? How will your purchasing and voting choices impact whether the rights of workers are violated or protected?